Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into a fascinating snapshot of India as of June 2026. We are looking at a story of incredible progress, the immense challenges of maintaining that progress, and, the sheer resilience of the natural world.
And that brings us to the ultimate tightrope walk, the core question driving our exploration today. How exactly does a rapidly growing nation balance massive, ambitious infrastructure growth with the bare survival of its natural ecosystems? Because, let's face it, human progress demands space, energy, and resources. But natural endurance has a limit. It's a very delicate scale, and the source material we are unpacking today shows us exactly how this balancing act is playing out in real time.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to break this down into 3 parts today. First up, we'll look at securing India's water future. Second, we'll explore building and aging infrastructure. And finally, we'll wrap up with the wildlife of the Thar Desert.
So, kicking things off with Part 1, Securing India's Water Future, the Crisis and the Innovation. Because, as we know, water is absolutely crucial for any developing nation.
What we're looking at here perfectly illustrates the 2 faces of India's current water reality. On one side, you have the Shipra River system in Madhya Pradesh, which is facing a severe crisis. We're talking drying tributaries and a deeply concerning drop in its perennial flow. But then, on the flip side, we're seeing some really hopeful, solution-oriented responses. Take the recently launched Maha Water Mission, for example, which is stepping in to drive innovation and secure sustainable, long-term water security.
Let's zoom in on the Kshipra, also called the Shipra River, just to understand what is actually at stake here. It originates up in the Vindhya Range near Ujjain, flows majestically across the Malwa Plateau, and eventually joins the Chambal River. The major problem right now is that its key tributaries, the Khan and Gambhir rivers, are dangerously drying up. And here is why this matters on a deeply cultural level. In Hinduism, the Kshipra is a sacred river. It's actually regarded as being just as holy as the mighty Ganga itself. So the loss of its flow? It isn't just an ecological problem. It's honestly a cultural heartbreak.
So what's the game plan when a crisis like this hits? Well, enter the MAHOI Water Mission. Launched by the Union Minister of Science and Technology, this is a highly coordinated initiative. And the really cool aspect of this mission is how it connects the dots. It brings together science, entrepreneurship, industry, academia, and crucially, grassroots initiatives. The goal isn't just to sit around doing theoretical research. It is to support innovations all the way from the laboratory out into actual field deployment. They want to create scalable, localized water solutions that communities can literally use right now.
To get this done, the Maha mission is structured around 5 priority areas. They are looking at overall water resource management, ensuring safe drinking water, maintaining water quality and ecological health, improving water use efficiency while promoting a circular economy, and finally, building climate resilience. It's just a brilliantly comprehensive 360-degree approach to environmental challenges, all aimed at strengthening India's water security for the long haul.
Moving right along to our second section, building and aging infrastructure, the new and the aging. It's the constant cycle of building and maintaining a nation.
We're starting this section with Project Udayak, which is an initiative by the Border Roads Organization. They actually just celebrated their 37th Raising Day. The name itself tells a great story. Udayak literally translates to rising sun. It was chosen to perfectly reflect the geography of where the project operates, right in the area where the very first rays of sunlight actually hit India.
Established back on June 1, 1990, in Dumduma, Assam, the whole point of Project Udayak was to develop strategic road infrastructure in India's far eastern region. This was a really critical piece of a broader infrastructure restructuring effort focused on the eastern borders, ensuring connectivity and strategic strength in some of the most remote parts of the country. It's a prime example of the building the new phase of India's infrastructure story.
But hey, what goes up must eventually age, right? Let's contrast that new strategic push with the Kadampai hydropower plant. Located in the Kadampai River Basin of Tamil Nadu, this is a massive 400-megawatt hydropower project. Commissioned way back in 1987 as Tamil Nadu's very first pumped storage hydropower unit, it was a total marvel. But fast forward to today, and it has unfortunately crossed its original design life.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer engineering brilliance this plant represented when it was built. It is entirely unique in the state because it features reversible two-way turbines. This means the machinery can function in generator mode to produce electricity and then flip into motor mode to pump water back up, essentially acting like a giant battery.
It was a true marvel of its time.
However, take a look at this number, 25%. That is a pretty stark reality check.
Because right now, 25% is the total capacity the Kadamprai plant is actually hitting. Because it's aged out of its design life, this 400 megawatt powerhouse is running at only a quarter of its potential. And why does this matter to us? Well, it perfectly highlights a massive, often overlooked challenge in national development. It isn't just about the glory of building brand new roads in the East. It's equally about the immense, complex headache of maintaining and upgrading crucial energy infrastructure in the South over decades.
And that brings us to our third and final section, Wildlife of the Thar Desert, Enduring Nature. Let's take an optimistic look at how life finds a way.
We've got a fascinating recent update here. Scientists just discovered a brand new species of lizard, officially named Messalina bishnoi. This tough little creature was found in the Bikaner district of Rajasthan, specifically near Gajner. It has somehow made its home in this incredibly harsh, arid habitat, characterized by rocky soil and sparse desert vegetation. I mean, it takes a really resilient creature to thrive out there.
From a scientific standpoint, this is a huge deal. This discovery is the very first confirmed record of the entire genus Messalina anywhere in India. Plus, right now, Messalina bishnoi is known only from the Bikaner district, making it strictly endemic to the Thar biogeographic region. It belongs solely to this one specific, fragile part of the world. It just goes to show how much undocumented biodiversity still exists right under our noses.
But here's my absolute favorite detail about this whole discovery: the name itself, Messalina bishnoi. It was named after the local Bishnoi community. And why? As a direct recognition of their generations-long commitment to wildlife and environmental conservation. It's just a beautiful connection, right? It ties our whole theme together perfectly. Local human culture actively supporting the survival of the natural world, proving that humans and nature really can exist in a state of mutual respect and balance.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer today, leaving us with a pretty profound question to chew on. As India boldly builds for tomorrow, pushing roads into the rising sun and designing next-generation water solutions, will human innovation actually be enough to sustain its sacred ancient rivers and its deeply fragile ecosystems? It's an open question, and one that absolutely requires our constant attention. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep analyzing, keep exploring the data, and most importantly, keep asking questions about the incredible world around you. Catch you next time.